Hi, so I will be doing my speech today on plastic waste and the effects that it has had on our environment and our wildlife. So I want to first start by asking you to think about what percent of plastic you think is in the ocean today, because when I first thought about that, I didn't think it would be much at all. I thought it would maybe be 1%, thinking about all the places that plastic could go. But it is actually 10% of the Earth's plastic that is in the oceans today. And I believe that we can easily make a change to that. Simple and easy life changes in one's personal life are the best way to result in the biggest changes to restore our Earth's health and beauty that it once had. So obviously, plastic waste negatively affects the environment quality and ecosystem living and our organisms' health. So plastic waste contaminates all major ecosystems on the planet, which impacts wildlife and human health. And people are exposed to chemicals from plastic multiple times per day through the air or dust or even your food and water. And a lot of consumers tend to use plastic because it's easy and cheap. So plastic is causing a major disruption in our habitat wildlife because plastic debris that is often laced with chemicals can be digested by marine animals when it falls into the ocean, when it isn't recycled. And also floating plastic waste, which can survive for thousands of years in water, often serves as mini transportation devices for invasive species, which ends up disrupting their habitats. So you might be wondering how exactly this plastic is making it to places to result in these dangerous outcomes on wildlife and habitats. Thankfully, I'll be talking about that next. So plastic waste has gotten a lot worse due to our own ignorant actions. Plastic is a very affordable and durable material, which is why a lot of people use plastic every day and why so many businesses decide to use plastic for their products. It's a little bit ignorant of us to decide to use it just because it's cheap when we know the effects that it has on our environment. So a lot of plastic items like straws and water bottles don't have a long lifespan, so we don't think about keeping them for any reason. We often throw these items in the trash, thinking they're so small and useless that it won't make a difference, but in the end it will. The world's population is growing, so that means urbanization is also growing. This means that there's a higher demand for cheap materials. In turn, this creates even more plastic waste in the end. And in the first decade of this century, more plastic has been produced than ever due to the rapid urbanization and, in turn, more demand for these plastic products. It is really simple for us to recycle, and a lot of people just choose not to because it's convenient and they have a trash can right next to them. But we need to start making that change in our minds. A national recycling rate of 30% reduces greenhouse gas emissions, as removing nearly 25 million cars from the road. So recycling does conserve, and it does make a difference. It conserves all the natural resources like timber and water and minerals, and every bit of recycling makes a difference in the end. So you might be wondering how you as an individual can make changes and help save the world. So it starts with your own life habits. So let me give a couple examples for you. So you can carry around a metal water bottle instead of a plastic water bottle. It will actually save you so much time in the long run to invest in a nice water bottle to take everywhere with you instead of always carrying around a plastic bottle that's harder to refill oftentimes. And this will reduce your plastic waste a lot in your home and in your personal life, even if you don't think about it. But one single plastic water bottle from like big brands such as Dasani and Aquafina actually have 10.4 plastic particles in one single bottle. So you carrying around a metal water bottle will make a difference. So if you can avoid that, that's a great start for you, something easy for you to try. Another thing is buying secondhand items. So not only is this better for the environment as well, but this can save you a lot of money. It's really easy to want something new just so you have the comfort of knowing that you're the first person to ever have it in your hands and first one to touch and use it. But that's what washing the items is for. You don't have to have something new every time. You can easily turn it back to new, turn it back to clean the way that they got it. This helps items go through multiple cycles instead of just one, so materials are being recycled and used, and they don't just end up in a landfill after one use, which then will end up in the oceans, killing our environment. Another thing is to use reusable bags when you go shopping. All of us have been driving or walking and seen a plastic bag on the side of the road. It won't stay there for long until an animal mistakes it for food and dies from digesting it, or it ends up in one of our lakes or oceans. Especially during this time of the coronavirus, it's beneficial to spread less germs and use your own reusable bags. The average family only recycles 15 bags per year, and the rest will end up in landfills. And up to 80% of ocean's plastic pollution is entered into the ocean from the land. So at least 267 different species have been affected by this plastic bag pollution into the ocean. So now that you've learned about all of these negative effects of plastic waste around the world today, I hope that you can take one of these suggestions and put it into your daily life, because you can make a difference. I know a lot of people think that if it's just me who throws this plastic bottle out the window, like, it won't make a difference. But in reality, if everyone has that mindset, that is why we have so much plastic waste today. And that is why we should take this information into a positive way and know that even if we try to do one of those simple life changes, it will end up making a big difference, and we need to get back on the right track to a healthy and beautiful earth around us. Thank you.